microorganisms, friend and foe. However, there are also present a large number of different types of organisms which are so small that it is not possible to see them with our own eyes as such. Due to their extremely small size, these organisms are called microorganisms or microbes. The science which deals with the study of microorganism is called microbiology. Classification of microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups based on their size as bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae. Viruses are different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the host organism, that is bacteria, plant or animal cells. Common ailments like cold, influenza or flu and most coughs are caused by viruses. Serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. Algae. Algae are aquatic green plants found in puddles, streams, ponds, and oceans. Algae may be single-celled, multi-celled, or colonial. These are plant-like organisms containing chlorophyll. Thus, they are autotrophs and make their own food. On the basis of the pigments, they are classified into the following 3 types. Green algae, containing only green pigment called chlorophyll. Brown algae contain brown pigment along with chlorophyll, and red algae contain red and blue pigments along with chlorophyll. Bacteria. Bacteria were earlier believed to be microscopic unicellular plants without chlorophyll which multiply by fission. Useful actions of bacteria. Most bacteria are beneficial to other living organisms. Bacteria promote the formation of curd and cheese. Bacteria act as natural scavengers. They are useful in the formation of compost and manures. Harmful actions of bacteria. Diseases like cholera, plague, tetanus, typhoid, and tuberculosis are caused due to bacteria in human beings and animals. Bacteria are responsible for spoilage of food, rotting of fruits, vegetables, meat, etc. Fungi. We observe greenish or yellowish growth on leather goods during rainy season. Such greenish cottony growth on rotting fruits, bread, pickles, and beautiful mushrooms growing in the fields are all examples of fungi. They do not contain chlorophyll and hence are heterotrophic, that is, cannot make their own food. Importance of fungi. Yeast is used in making bread, cakes, idli, and dosa, etc. Yeast is rich in vitamin B. Some fungi, such as mushrooms, are directly used as food. Fungi are helpful in decomposing organic waste. This helps in recycling the nutrients in the biosphere. Protozoa. The protozoans, proto is equal to first, zoon is equal to animal, are the most primitive and simplest animal. They are found in stagnant water, in salt water, on decaying leaves, or in the soil. Amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena, Giardia are some common examples of the protozoa. Moisture is essential for their life. They have various shapes. Amoeba has an irregular shape. Paramecium is slipper-like, whereas Euglena and and trypanosoma are spindle-shaped. Useful effects of protozoa. After producers, that is green plants, these form the first step in a food chain and primary consumers. Being simplest animal, they are used as laboratory animals for research. Harmful effects of protozoa. Trypanosoma, which lives in the bloodstream of human beings, cattle, and wild animals, causes a disease known as sleeping sickness. Plasmodium is a parasite and causes malaria. Viruses. Viruses are minute microorganisms much smaller than bacteria, size ranging from 0.0015 to 0.2 micron, and can be seen only with the help of an electron microscope. They live and grow only inside living cells of plants and animals. Disease-causing viruses, harmful viruses. Many human diseases like influenza, common cold, measles, mumps, chickenpox, rabies, etc. are caused by viruses. One of the most fatal diseases caused by a virus is by HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, called AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Different uses or roles of microorganisms. Medicinal uses. Some medicines are obtained from microorganisms which either kill or prevent the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. These medicines are known as antibiotics. Anti means against and biotic means living. Some of the commonly used antibiotics are chloramphenicol, erythromycin, tetracyclines, etc. Vaccines and their role in human body. Vaccine is a preparation of modified viruses or bacteria that is introduced in a healthy body to induce the specific antibody reaction that produces immunity against a particular disease. Antibodies are the protein molecules produced in the blood by immune system, lymphocytes, to fight against the antigen, disease-causing agent. Many of the diseases such as smallpox, measles, diphtheria, cholera, tuberculosis, etc. can be prevented by vaccination. Harmful effects of microorganisms. The disease-causing microorganisms are harmful to mankind as they may cause death and severe fatal disease. Such microorganisms are known as pathogens. Most pathogens are parasites, and the diseases they are causing are incidental to their search for food or shelter inside the host. Microorganisms causing human diseases. Microorganisms may find entry into human body through air, water, or food. They can also get transmitted through vectors, animal carriers, or by direct contact with an infected person. Such microbial disease that can spread from infected person to a healthy person through food, water, air, or by physical contact are called communicable diseases. Example: common cold, influenza or eye flu, chickenpox, cholera, tuberculosis, etc. are some of the communicable diseases. Microorganisms causing diseases in animals. Several microorganisms not only cause diseases in humans and plants, but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Microorganisms causing diseases in plants. Many microorganisms cause diseases in plants such as wheat, rice, ladyfinger, lemon, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and others. The diseases reduce the yield of crops. Such plant diseases can be controlled easily by the use of certain chemicals called fungicides which kill the microbes. Food poisoning. It occurs when people or animals consume food contaminated with harmful bacteria, bacterial toxins, poisons, or harmful chemicals. Food can become contaminated in many ways, such as from bacteria in the air or water, or from flies or other insects. Food that is not properly cleaned, cooked, or refrigerated before eating may also become contaminated. Symptoms of food poisoning may include vomiting, cramps, and diarrhea. Food preservation. Food preservation is the science of treating food so that it retains its color, flavor, nutritive value, and texture over a period of time. It also involves treating food so that it will not spoil due to chemical changes or be contaminated by disease-causing microorganisms called pathogens. Methods of food preservation. Salting. This method is used for preserving meat and fish by using common salt, as it does not allow the growth of bacteria. Pickling. This method utilizes the effect of acetic acid found in vinegar along with salt and mustard oil to stop the growth of molds and bacteria. Refrigeration. Below 5 degrees Celsius or below 3 degrees Celsius for cooked food slows the process of spoilage but is less effective for foods with a higher water content. Role of microorganisms in nitrogen fixations. Nitrogen gas makes up 78% of our atmosphere. But surprisingly, most of the life forms are not able to use atmospheric nitrogen except few forms of bacteria. This atmospheric nitrogen will be useful to living organisms only when it is converted into nitrates and nitrites, which can be taken up and used to make the required molecules. This is the process of fixing of nitrogen. Fixation of nitrogen. Nitrogen present in the atmosphere is unreactive under normal conditions, but during lightning, nitrogen reacts with oxygen to produce oxides of nitrogen. The process of conversion of free nitrogen into compounds of nitrogen is called fixation of nitrogen. Lightning helps in the fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. Nitrogen plus oxygen during lightning gives rise to nitrogen oxide. Nitrogen oxide plus oxygen during lightning gives rise to nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen plus water during lightning gives rise to nitric acid. Nitric acid plus limestone during lightning gives rise to calcium nitrate plus water plus carbon dioxide. The nitrates in the soil are absorbed by plants where they are converted into proteins. The proteins are useful for plants and animals for their growth. Nitrogen cycle. Animals give out ammonia, urea, and uric acids as major excretory products. All of these are nitrogenous compounds. They are again converted to ammonia by putrefying bacteria. Also, the death and decay of plant bodies releases ammonia. This process is called ammonification. Ammonia thus formed is converted first into nitrites by Nitrosomonas bacteria, and then nitrites are converted into nitrates by Nitrobacter bacteria. These both are the nitrifying bacteria, and the process is called as nitrification. These nitrates are again absorbed by the plants and is again cycled by the green plants. Part of the nitrites and nitrates of the soil are acted upon by another class of bacteria called Pseudomonas. They are also called denitrifying bacteria, which release the free nitrogen back into the air. This process is called denitrification. In this way, the cycle gets repeated again and again.